All right. Hello everyone. So this is the recorded pre-lab video for our second experiment in analytical chemistry, LBB-BIAN, now which is determination of acetic acid in vinegar. Okay, so this one na medyo kabaligtaran, hindi pala medyo, kabaligtaran talaga. It's the opposite of what we have done for experiment 1. In a sense that in experiment 1, we start with a base as an analyte, and then our titrant is an acid. All right. And therefore, we expect our solution to go from a high pH, okay, yung basic solution, to neutralized pH, all right, or a lower pH basically, no? Because our analyte is sodium carbonate. No, it's a base, so we start with the base or with a high pH. Now here in this experiment, it's the opposite in a sense that we start with an acid as our analyte. Okay, so you have a solution with low pH, and we will titrate it with a strong base, no, our sodium hydroxide, but it's still an acid-base neutralization titration. Okay, before we begin, I would like to remind everyone that you have, or each group must bring at least 25 ml of commercial white vinegar sample. All right, I prefer the white vinegar because we are using colored indicators now for our titration. So to prevent interference of the color of your endpoint, it's better that you just use white vinegar, no? Instead of yung mga cooked vinegar. Okay? Tsaka yung mga yun usually, no, hindi naman analytically determined yung percent acetic acid, no? So hindi nila nire-report usually. No? So better sana yung commercial sample that reports kung ilang percent yung acetic acid present in the vinegar. Okay. So our commercially available vinegar products, no, contain about 4% to 6% weight by volume of acetic acid. Okay? So pag sinabi nating weight by volume, no, in analytical chemistry, no, it is actually equal to the number of grams of the analyte per 100 ml of the solution, or probably grams of the solute, which is in this case our acetic acid, per 100 ml of your solution. So when you say a vinegar has 4% weight by volume acetic acid, then there are 4 grams of acetic acid per 100 ml of your vinegar sample. Now, your acetic acid is a monoprotic weak acid. Na pag sinabi nating monoprotic weak acid, it is only capable of donating 1 proton. Okay? And being a weak acid, it means that it does not ionize completely in water. Okay? And therefore, we expect for it to have a higher pH than your usual strong acids. Okay. Now, what we will be doing here is we will be titrating aliquot portions of your vinegar sample. Okay, we won't be titrating the whole sample. We will only aliquot or get an aliquot from the vinegar sample. Then from there, we will be determining the concentration in terms of percent weight by volume of the acetic acid in our vinegar sample, so that we can compare if what they have been reporting is similar to what we are getting. Okay, so basically, yung method na ginawa nyo for the experiment 1 titration, no, sobrang similar lang nila. May konting dagdag lang. Okay, and syempre, magkakaiba ng reagents, no? So first, you will prepare your titrant, about 0.1 molar of sodium hydroxide. You will be boiling approximately 500 ml of distilled water. Okay, so I will check if I can do this beforehand para hindi na tayo magtagal sa boiling na part kasi medyo marami-rami to. Alright? Um, but take note, no, in the lab manual, it says to boil approximately 1 liter, no? Pero ang kailangan lang talaga natin ay 500 ml, no, ng distilled water. So to save reagents, no? And then be sure to protect the water from the atmosphere as it cools. Okay? I will explain later kung bakit. Okay? So, what you do is you measure approximately 2 ml of a previously prepared 50% sodium hydroxide. Okay? So, it's already prepared for you. Okay? Kukuha lang kayo ng 2 ml doon and add it to the distilled water that you have boiled. Okay? Pero kailangan malamig na yung ano, yung Ah, ay sorry. Hindi pala. Pwede palang medyo mainit-init pa yung ano mo, yung distilled water mo. Okay, tas mix mo yung 50% sodium hydroxide. Then you securely cover the bottle with a polyethylene cup, no? Hindi pwedeng glass, and mix the solution thoroughly. Okay, and then label the bottle. Okay, so bakit kailangan siyang i-protect from unnecessary exposure to the atmosphere? Una sa lahat, ang sodium hydroxide ay hygroscopic, so it easily absorbs moisture, no, kung meron kang undissolved solid. No? So kailangan, as much as possible, hindi siya exposed sa atmosphere. Second reason is because there are carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. No, carbon dioxide is actually acidic. So the sodium hydroxide, all right, can react with carbon dioxide to form either sodium carbonate, no, or pwede sodium bicarbonate yung ma-form niya. Okay, but the bottom line is kapag may carbon dioxide ka, alright, pwedeng mabago yung or kumonte yung sodium hydroxide na meron ka. Na madadilute pa siya further. Kaya as much as possible, hindi dapat siya exposed sa atmosphere. And that is also the reason why we are boiling the distilled water so that any dissolved carbon dioxide in the distilled water will be removed and will not react with our sodium hydroxide. Okay. Now, to standardize our sodium hydroxide, our primary standard is potassium hydrogen phthalate or KHP. Now, ito yung common na primary standard if your titrant is a strong base. Okay, so like experiment 1, 3 trials ulit, no? Label each Erlenmeyer flask and then you will weigh KHP, no, ranging from 0.3 to 0.7 grams. Okay, for each flask. Alright, so triplicate dapat and carefully transfer into each flask. So weighing by difference pa rin tayo dito ha. Okay, we don't weigh by addition. Then after you have weighed, dissolve each sample in about 50 to 70 ml of distilled water and then add 2 to 3 drops of phenolphthalein solution. Now after you have added the phenolphthalein solution, you will not expect any color yet. Okay? Kasi acidic siya, no? Pagka acidic yung solution mo, right? Its color is colorless, no? Yung phenolphthalein is colorless. Okay? Pagka basic, kulay pink ang phenolphthalein solution, no? Pero dahil acid yung meron tayo dun sa yung KHP mo, acid, no? So it will be colorless. Okay? Ay, ano nangyari? Sorry na doble. Also, no, the mass of the weighed primary standard must lie within the same value until the first two significant figures. So halimbawa, yung sa trial 1 na measure mo ay 0.3258 grams, no? Dapat yung second na i-weigh mo 0.32 din. Pero dito pwede magkaiba. Alright? The first two significant figures must be the same for all your weighed primary standards. Now, after that, no, someone must be preparing the burette, no, for the titration. No? So pour about 100 ml of the 0.1 molar NaOH solution into a 250 ml beaker and label the container. So cover the beaker with a watch glass kung hindi pa naman gagamitin to prevent contamination. So once you're now ready to titrate, you fill your burette with the prepared NaOH solution and then titrate, no? Similar to experiment 1. Pero dito, ano yung endpoint natin? Ang endpoint natin is a permanent faint pink color. Kailangan faint talaga siya. No? The faintest pink color that you will see. Okay? Pagka medyo pa-violet na siya or dark pink, no? Hindi na yon endpoint. No? Over-titrated ka na and you have to redo. Okay? So, yun lang yung standardization. No? Now, for the unknown determination or determination of the acetic acid in your commercial vinegar sample, ang gagawin muna natin using a volumetric pipette, which is something that I will teach you, no? With the use of a volumetric pipette, you will draw 25 ml of vinegar into a 250 ml volumetric flask. Okay? Then, you will dilute to mark, no? And mix thoroughly. I will upload a video not showing how to prepare solutions in volumetric flask. Okay? Now, just to explain, no, bakit volumetric yung ginagamit natin, no, because we want to be as accurate as possible. Okay? So, in terms of accuracy, mas mataas ang accuracy ng volumetric pipette over a measuring pipette or over graduated cylinder. At the same time, no, for the volumetric flask is an accurate glassware that you use for preparing solutions with specific volumes. So pag sinabi nating 250 ml volumetric flask, it is expected that we are preparing a 250 ml solution. Okay? So yun lang yung kaya niya i-prepare, no? Pag 250 ml, 250 ml lang. Okay, so I will explain this in our lab, no, pagdating sa ng lab natin. At the same time, I will upload a video to show you how to prepare solutions using volumetric flask. Now, label the solution as dilute sample solution. Now, from the diluted sample solution, you will use again a volumetric flask to transfer 25 ml of that into an Erlenmeyer flask. No? And add 2 to 3 drops of the phenolphthalein indicator. So, ganun pa din, no? Clear dapat yung kulay niya kasi acid siya. Alright? And then titrate. Alright? So, yung standardization natin, tsaka yung anong analysis, no? Triplicate pa rin siya. Tulad nung experiment 1. Okay, so yun lang. Halos patapos na tayo, no? Just some notes about this experiment. Please do not handle sodium hydroxide pellets with your fingers. No? It is corrosive. We never use glass stoppered bottle to store your prepared NaOH solution, no? Yung burette okay lang kasi hindi naman magtatagal dun yung sodium hydroxide. Pero yung storage, no, kung isa-store mo man ang sodium hydroxide, hindi pwedeng sa glass. Okay? Kasi ang tendency, magre-react siya sa glass, no? Magfo-form siya ng mga solid na white, parang precipitate yung itsura niya, no? Pero usually, uh, nahihirapang linisin, no? Even pagbukas ng bottle, glass bottle na may sodium hydroxide, mahirap buksan kasi naka-stuck yung white precipitate na yan, no? Yung white solid. Okay, kaya actually, yung burette na gagamitin nyo dito, medyo kakaiba sa burette na ginamit nyo for experiment 1. No? You will see that when we do it inside the lab. Yung ito actually hindi na to, no? Hindi na natin isa-store yung standard sodium hydroxide solution. Siguro within the experiment day, i-announce ko kung paano i-dispose yung sodium hydroxide solution natin. Okay, and with that, no, that is the end of the pre-lab discussion for the determination of acetic acid in vinegar. Kung mapapansin ninyo, no, hindi ako nag-discuss ng calculations, no, kasi Ang expectation ko, since similar lang to sa experiment 1, no, medyo familiar na kayo. And dahil nag-discuss na rin tayo ng aliquot factors, no, dilution factors, I will have you figure out, no, yung calculation for this specific experiment. All right? So thank you all for listening.